get this party started.
It works out perfect because we just walked in the door.
Perfect.
And it's Halloween.
First of
Why are you all at home?
Okay.
how are you guys doing? How are you?
So today is my double day. I
Double
get to work
day.
out twice today.
Nice.
So we're going to get that started as soon as we're done here. I had to clean
Sweet.
the house.
And there's a hunter hairbrush.
Okay, baby.
Sweet.
Sorry, he got kicked out of
I'm
school
getting
for
my-
the week. So he's
He got kicked out of school for the week.
yeah.
For what?
Tell him why.
Oh.
For hitting.
How did yours got green?
Because you're touching him. He got kicked out of school for biting and hitting, and we're thinking about homeschooling, huh?
They paused.
Oh, man.
Oh. How did you pause?
I didn't. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Crazy.
So
yeah. I know, I saw that conversation you were having with Jalen about that. So
yeah.
Good luck with that decision. I think that it's awesome if you feel like you can do it.
And how is Mommy quoting
I really think you could. I just think if you have the right resources, it's doable, and but I just think it would be challenging for me.
Me too.
I don't know.
Or maybe just
but I don't know. If you feel like you should, then definitely something to consider for sure. So, anyway, Lindsay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm getting you've seen what my biggest struggle is. I've posted it and talked to you about it, but I'm getting my workouts in and my Shakeology, and I'm doing really good at being a product of the product.
You have to stay here.
I'm trying to find some consistency, and I know I need to just sit down and write things out and post them, because I have everything written down, but it's hidden under a stack of papers. You know what I mean? Instead of posted right there for me to look at every day.
I totally get it. I totally, I think I think you'll find a lot of balance and a lot of, it'll probably I think it'll help a lot. That's something that I found, that a vision board is imperative. Like when I've lost, honestly and truly, when I lost sight of my goals and what I was really doing this for, that's when I've struggled the very most in every aspect, I just, if you don't know where you're going or what you're trying to accomplish from it, and have some kind of scary big goals, I know, Amber, you already gave in your notice at work, and you got some big things you're working for. And those are goals that you've got to keep working for, because you've already put yourself out there on the line. And so you're okay, I got to do this. And so I think, I had lost sight of that for myself for a while. Cause from my perspective, I never have done this for the financial benefit. And that wasn't why I started. And to be honest, although I want my business to progress, and obviously the financial benefit is something that's definitely a perk, it's not why I keep doing it. It's for relationships with you guys and helping people to be healthier. But at the same time, if you don't have goals that are clear for what you want out of the business side of it, it's really easy to not do it. Do you know what I mean? It's really easy. It's easy to not post. It's easy to not do your Power of Threes. It's easy to not keep up with trainings, because I totally get you guys are busy and that you both work and that you have families. And so I get that, because I get all of it. At the same time, it's one of those things that you just have to, if it's a priority and you really want to see it happen, it totally can for both of you. That's the thing I think that's, from my perspective, a year, I'm almost in this, let's see, I started last June. So I'm 15 months in, and I can just see that you guys have incredible potential, but it's just tapping into it. And I sometimes feel the same way about myself. I'm oh man, I should be so much farther along in my business than I am, or I should have been way farther. I look at Jalen or other coaches that are being so successful, and I'm oh, I could be so much farther. And yet the reality is, I see that I haven't put in the work, that much work. Because it does take consistency, and it takes a lot of work. When Jalen went from nothing to 5-star, That girl was busting her butt. Like, she was working and she was sacrificing in every other area of her life. Like, if you ask her, she'll be like, yeah, like, I quit watching TV. I quit, like, I did not give my kids 100% of the attention 100% of the time because I was really trying to build this business. And, and not that you should ignore your families, or that's not what I'm saying, but that if you have time, little places where you could be better using your time. Like, I deleted, let me tell you, one of my guilty pleasures is Candy Crush.
No. No.
I would, like, for 10 or 15 minutes or sometime, like, as long as I had lives, whatever, sit on my phone and play that stinking game. And finally today, I started thinking, I had a friend of mine, another coach friend, post something that was like, we all could have a million excuses accomplish what we want to accomplish. And she's like, but really, like, you just have to get over your excuses, and you have to sacrifice some of those things, whether it's TV or whether it's stupid or whatever it is. We have to make those sacrifices if we want. Because I'm like, I'm checking in with people. I could be building relationships with people on Facebook for 15 minutes if I want to, you know, like if I'm on my phone, and I could be doing something that's much more worthwhile, or watching training for 15 minutes. Like, there were so many things. Where is my priority? Yes, it's nice to wind down stuff, but I have a really good book I'm reading for that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, why am I wasting my time with this stupid game? So I think it is what we had talked about from your post, Lindsay, that prioritizing what's important, getting it written out, and then following it, and just being consistent. And way easier said than done. So we're all a work in progress that way, for sure. Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, I'm feeling better, and I was talking to Steve this morning. I'm like, I want my business to get my business going again. And what is it taking? It's taking me posting, consistency. And I had a random girl message me this morning, was like, she had actually been in a challenge group with Katie and I probably 6 months ago when Katie was coaching. And she's like, is Katie still doing this? And I was like, actually, she's not, but I can help you if you want to get going on it. She's like, yeah, I'd like Shakeology and 3-day refresh, and I'd like the containers. I was like, okay, sweet lady, I'll help you with that. But it's one of those things. It's like, she knew I still did it, obviously, because I show up every day. I post my workout pretty much almost every day. I'm doing a Shakeology giveaway. Like, am I perfect in my posting? Absolutely not. Like, I have a lot of improvements to make. If you want to see somebody consistent, look at Jaylyn. Look at some of these top coaches. Emily Wild on our team. She's totally consistent. And every day you'll see 3 to 5 posts, most of it about their family, like most of it about their life in general, things that they're going through, or other things. And then they post recipes, or they post what their workout was like, or they post something that shows that this beach body fits into that lifestyle. So it's not about posting a bunch of beach body stuff. It's just really not. It's about posting you and being real and vulnerable. And that, I think, can be hard, but it's so therapeutic. Yesterday I finally got on and was like, this has sucked. Like, I can't keep my life together right now. But for me, it was really good, because I'm like, okay, first of all, admitting it, because I'm saying it out loud, that, yeah, like, I am struggling, and it's been hard for me to find balance in my life right now. But also, I don't think we ever know who it can help in the meantime. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think we ever realize who might read it and be like,
hit that dog.
That is exactly what I needed to hear. And that's where you make those connections with people, and then they come to you and say, okay, like, I've been watching you, I've seen what you're doing, and I want this. Like, I want to have some changes in my life, you know?
Get away from him.
So that would be my biggest, like, takeaway for both of you, is to just try your very hardest to post consistently. Like, even just try it for a week, and, like, post 3 to 5 times a day, and get your stuff out there for people, and then comment and like other people's posts through your news feed. And what I want you to see is that people will comment. You will see new people if you're consistent, and then you're reaching out to newer people. You will see that those people come back. My Shakeology giveaway today, those are all people that I added in the last, like, 3 or 4 months that weren't even around when I did my last one. And they're not even people that I, like, associate with all that much, but they've been watching. And so I'm going to give the opportunity to give them some Shaco. You know what I mean? And so it's definitely like, it's the give and the take. It's the, you give the posts, you give the value, you do your part, you reach out to them, but then they will give back. They'll like, they'll comment, that kind of thing. So there's that piece. As far as the health bet goes, you guys are doing awesome as far as you guys posting. How about, what happened to your cousin? How's your cousin doing, Lindsay? Who's in the health bet?
My nephew.
Nephew.
Well, his parents just got divorced.
Oh, man.
With his grandparents, and he's fallen off the wagon a little bit. He has run out of money a little bit, so I had to delay his Shaco for him for 2 months just because he's got a supply to last him that long.
Sure.
Stop.
He just started college, and he's trying to find balance in his life between dealing with divorce and college and a job. And
oh, jeez. Yeah.
That's fine. Jump on the couch. I don't.
Life's hard, man.
I know.
Well, I'm sure to a certain extent he felt like, you know, if his parents had made it this far, it's hard to watch parents, I think.
In a big giant house.
I would think it'd be way hard to watch parents divorce.
And tests.
At that stage.
Yeah.
I mean, at any stage. But I mean, like, you feel like they're probably, you know, like things are fine, and then you leave, and then they're like, oh, just kidding. You don't love each other anymore. You're like, wait, what? Anyway.
No.
All right. Well, I just wanted to, I just hadn't seen him post in the health bet, and so I was wondering what was going on there. Okay. Well, and that happens. Like, you just kind of have to ebb and flow for sure with people. And
don't touch it again. Or you
a couple things that I was going to tell you guys about. First of all, were either of you, I don't think either of you guys were on the call with Jalen on Monday.
No, I was working.
Okay, no, that's okay. So I wanted to fill you in about a couple of the things that she talked about so that you know what's going on there. So the first thing is that we are going to do another challenge group that's going to be set up a little bit like a health bet to catch our stragglers or people who wouldn't quite commit or couldn't commit because of like back to school. I know I had several people who wanted to but couldn't because of, you know, back to school, whatever, finances. But it's going to be set up a little bit different. We're trying to figure out, Jalen's wants to make sure we do it okay by compliance, like that it's not illegal to do it so that none of us get in trouble. So it's going to be one of two ways. Either we're going to just pay I think it was $25 as coaches to participate in it, like to be a part of it. And then for every challenge pack you sell, it was like $5 or $10. I'll message you on our thread the actual, like the details of it. But then what we're either going to do is we're either going to have a cash pot if that is legal, or we're going to take that money and buy some like really great gifts, like an Apple Watch and a Fitbit, so that people will be motivated.
Hunter,
set up the exact
nice.
It'll be set up the exact same way as our challenge group is now. So it'll be in a challenge group app. It'll be the exact same setup where you have to do 3 workouts, 5 Shakos a week for those 4 weeks to be put into and it'll be a prize drawing, and then we're hoping to have some kind of cash prizes too, you know. So anyway, Jalen hasn't given us all the details on that yet because he was waiting for compliance to let her know what they were gonna, like, what's allowed. So as soon as I get the absolute details on that, we can all participate on that. And it's totally up to you. Like, if you don't want to participate, that's your choice. Like, if you don't want to advertise for it, that's up to you. But you guys are more than welcome to participate. But just like me, you'd have to pay the get-in fee, I guess, as a coach to have your participants participate. And that's just to help us get awesome prizes. So that's going to start, let me look at the date.
I think she said the 19th. Ouch.
Yes, I think you're right. So it's not, so prep week would be on Monday, the 19th, and then it would start, I think either that or she even changed it to wait 1 more week so we could advertise for it next week and then start it I'll make sure. And again, all these are things I'll clarify with her and get back to you on.
Okay.
But that's the next challenge group that I'm going to be promoting. The second thing that I wanted to make sure you guys knew about that is super like right up your alley is that we're going to do a training for you guys who want to push to diamond. And I promise you do.
What is that?
Like that's where
what is that?
That's your first step, honestly, in building your business. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be doing several weeks leading up to the end of the year with training every week. And obviously these are things like if you can watch them when they're happening, great. But if they'll all be recorded and put in a group, that if you cannot watch them live, that you'll be able to watch them after the fact. And then they'll all have actions with them. And these are things that will all help you. They'll all be actions that, like, if you'll do the things that we present to you in the training, you will move forward to diamond, essentially. So it's a push to diamond group. And I'm also going to add you guys there's a push to diamond thread that we already have existing in Messenger. That's got a bunch of girls there's a bunch of us have girls who are trying to push to diamond. And so anytime you get a coach, you post in there, we post ideas in there, we post motivation in there. And if you guys are okay with that, I'd like to put both of you guys in there too, because I know that that's your goal. And it's really motivating and it kind of pushes you. I think the only thing I would say is don't let it discourage you, because it's, again, one of those things like follow along as you can, do what you can, and just realize that you go at your pace. And if you want to push and if you want to do this, like, you guys could get to diamond within weeks. It's totally doable, but you have to be inviting like a mad woman. You have to be inviting everybody, and you have to be inviting constantly to challenge groups. That's something that if you're not inviting people to challenge groups, then you're not going to get any challengers, and challengers are the best coaches. Your challengers that are successful are going to be your best coaches, just like you guys. You guys killed the challenge, loved it, saw the potential that it had and the potential to change your life in other ways just besides your weight. And that's why you guys decided you wanted to coach. So I would say, besides just looking for coaches, you want to focus a lot of your energy on presenting.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, Dum Dum.
Be nice. Bye. Sorry.
That's okay. You want to be showing people what you're doing as far as your workouts, your eating, and your Keiko. And
Okay.
not all of those things in the same day. But you want to be showing something each day that you're doing as far as part of your Beachbody lifestyle, and then inviting to a challenge group. And you want to do an invite, honestly, I would say, if like next week for sure, I would at least twice during the week to the challenge group. Like at least like 2 invites that have part of your story with it. And you want it to be kind of a different spin on things. One can be a transformation post. One can be how you've changed because of the relationships that you have with, like, I don't know, with food, or your relationships with your other coaches, or whatever you've gained from it. But you want to do a couple of different invites if you really want. And then you need to be, that showing up consistently piece is huge, because if people are only seeing your invites twice a week and that's all you see, that's a super turn off for people, because it just looks salesy. So if you're not posting consistently throughout the day each day, but they just see at night those 2 times a week that you're posting an invite to a challenge group, what it looks like to them is, she just wants me to do this so that she will make money. But if they see that you're showing up and you're being, like you're on there a lot and you're being yourself and you're showing who you are, and that it's just a part of you, and that you're just sharing you, and that you want to help them, it comes across a lot better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's hard. I know that in my coaching history, the times that I've put out a challenge invite that came without lots of like surrounding posts and building relationships, I have felt so awkward, first of all, posting it. So because I felt like this is it doesn't feel right, and it's going to sound corny and cheesy, and the reality is it probably did, and it probably came across pretty salesy because I wasn't doing the rest of my part, you know, because I was just like, hey, do this with me, but I wasn't showing that I was doing it consistently and that I wasn't, you know, still showing that I'm still me. I'm not Beachbody. I'm still, you know what I mean?
Wait till I'm done.
So,
There's an open
okay, skipping back. So I'd like to get you guys in that Push to Diamond thread as well, because I think it'll help you guys to do that. And would you guys both be interested in doing the training, the Push to Diamond by the end of the year training that we're going to start doing?
Yeah. Is that the one Micah is doing, or is it separate?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too.
Okay, so Micah's doing something that, so you have to be, hers is action. So this is why we came up with the idea to do a training one. Micah's is going to be action and accountability, but not training. So yes, you want to be in Micah's group, but she's going to give you like action items to do every week. They're going to give you things that you need to do and accountability, like a phone call that keeps you accountable for what you are supposed to be doing. What we're going to give you is pieces to help you to basically do those actions and to give you more of the training behind it. Does that make sense? Because hers is more an action and accountability group. So we're going to do these in place of our team training calls on Mondays. Like, we're not adding in another call. We're going to do these in place of that Monday call, either every week or every other week. So, and it's good training for everybody anyway. So it's not like it's going to be bad, but we're going to focus on you guys who want to get to Diamond and do trainings that are focused on what you guys need to make sure you're doing with your posting and all the, you know, focusing on different aspects of it that will help you to really progress forward.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'm like, Amber, you're frozen. Did you?
Yeah, I'm doing two things at once. You're good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Your screen's frozen, but you're good. I can hear you.
As long as you can hear me, we're good.
Okay. So I will make sure that I get you guys into that Facebook group too, because I'm sure we're going to have like things for you to do, or at least maybe not even things for you to do, but just like trainings to watch, things to help you. What else? There was one more thing that I wanted to tell you, and now of course I didn't write it down. I cannot remember what it was. Talked about the second challenge for this month, talked about the Push to Diamond thing. And my goal, honestly, I'll be completely 100% like where I want to go by the end of the year is to have both of you guys be Diamond. Like, that's what I want. I want you both to be Diamond by the end of the year, because we are going to have that Diamond retreat in January. And I have already said to my sweet husband that I am not going to go unless I have a Diamond going.
Oh, well, Lindsay and I are going to be Diamonds by November, right, Lindsay?
Yeah.
In November.
Seriously, you guys can do that. I mean, it's totally possible. And, you know, the other thing, I was talking to Jalen about this morning, because I'm like, you guys are like, I know you want it. Like, I can tell you that you want it, but I'm like, they're not having success. And I'm like, how do I help them to have success? And she's like, that's basically what I've said today is what she said to me. She's like, well, they need to be posting consistently. They need to be focusing on their own journeys. If they're not focusing on their own journeys, people aren't going to see the results of the programs and aren't going to want to try them. And I'm like, yes, that makes perfect sense. It really does. Like, if you're not showing that it works and that you can do it, then it's going to be hard for people to jump on board with you if they can't see that you can do it. Because that's why this works, is because we are real people and we can figure out how to make it work. And then in turn say, you can do this too. Look at me, I struggle and I could do it. So you can do it too. And that was really what she said. And the last thing she said to me was, and I had already had this thought, I'm like, you both are amazing women and you have to believe that yourselves. And you have to like put out that good vibe in the universe and make up your mind and not let anything stop you. Not let the excuses stop you. Not let the self-doubt stop you. I'm not like so-and-so. I'm not as this as so-and-so. I don't post like so-and-so. I'm not this. I don't do this. But rather, like, I have this to offer. I am this. I can do this. You know, kind of an idea. You really have to shift your mindset about you, that you can do this. Because I think that when I made that shift was when I got to Diamond. I got to Diamond really quick after I made the shift of, I can do this. I can get to Diamond. And now I'm like, I've got people that can get to Diamond. Like, and I can help you do that because I figured we can do it, you know? So I think that self-belief and that, like, that mindset that you can do this is huge. So if you need to, like, write it out. I know you've written it on a notebook somewhere, Amber, or on a board or something. Like, just be like, I don't know if you need to write it on a whiteboard and stay in front of your face all the time. Like, I can do this. I can be Diamond. I can help people. I think that that's huge. I can help people. I can find the people that need help. That, like, those kind of affirmations are going to be really, really vital, because this business is one where you get shot down a lot, just like any business. I mean, if you ask any successful business person, they're going to tell you that 90% of the people that they've talked to have said no to them. And that's just like, that's the nature of business. But when you're trying to focus on helping people and, like, just trying to find the people who want your help, then it's a lot easier to kind of sift through, okay, they're not ready for my help. Okay, they're not ready to invest in themselves. So, you know, when people use the price thing, okay, they aren't ready to invest in themselves. They're not there yet. They're not at their bottom. They haven't hit rock bottom. They're still hanging out in that land of, oh, well, I'm okay. $140 is too much for me right now. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, honestly, truly, they're not ready. And they won't commit if they're not ready. That's the reality. It's like I was telling you, Amber, like, you can give them reasons why it's still valuable. They're not going to eat out as much. Their grocery bills are going to be smaller because they're going to be prepping meals, you know, like, and it's absolutely true. It actually saves people money to do this, to eat this way, but not if they're not committed, because then they're buying Shakeology and eating out. And that's just, you know.
Catch-22.
Right. You know, that's not going to put them where they want to be. But like I was saying, you guys can do this. Like, it's just totally, and Cynthia, I know you're going to watch this and you can do it too. Like, that woman, you could totally do this. And that's the thing I think that's so cool about being your coach, is that I absolutely believe in you guys. I really do. And I'm like, I'm always trying to think of, how can I help them? What can I do differently? And the bottom line is, just like Jalen with me, she can't push me any faster, any farther than I'm willing to push myself. And that's just it. And so I will run if you guys run. I will always answer your phone calls or your text messages or your messages. It may take me a little bit of time, but I will always answer them, and I'll answer your questions. I will do whatever you need me to do. I'll read over posts. If you have scary posts that you want me to proofread, I'll do it. You guys have to, but ultimately, I can't post for you. I can't do it for you. And that's where it's like, it's up to you. And I believe you can do it, but you have to believe you can do it too, and be willing to put in that work. Posting doesn't have to be hard. Funny memes get a lot of traction. Like my buns is still buns of cinnamon thing, you know, like I saw that somebody else posted it yesterday morning. I was like, this is me. I want a fresh baked cinnamon roll every day right now. Like, that's just like all I want in my whole life. And yet I'm like trying to be healthy, right? So anyway, I found that on somebody else's page and all I did was share it. But, you know, it doesn't always have to be, I know, Amber, you were saying, like, I don't like to read long posts. I don't want to make long posts all the time, and I don't have time for it. Well, they don't have to all be long posts. But what you want to do is you want to be you and put yourself out there, however that is. Am I saying to share everything you post? No, don't do that either. Because that people don't like that. I mean, like, we all know people that only post shared stuff, and that's not really just you either. That's, you know, all somebody else's stuff. But, you know, do a combination. Do your workout. Then do a Shaco recipe that you tried. Or there's a ton of like no big treats or little things that either have Shaco or don't, but that are healthy versions of things. Find sweets, find snacks, do things that will help you to be better on your journey, and then share them. Because obviously we all struggle in our own journey too. And so it's like, hey, I've been really struggling with sweets. I found this recipe, and I've given it a try. It's delicious. You know, here's the recipe, try it. You know, see what your kids think. And that helps you in your journey because it's giving you something healthier to snack on, and it's helping somebody else and giving them value because you want to be there. So anyway, I have been on my soapbox quite a while now. I want so badly for you guys to be successful. And you look at coaches like Micah, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way, like that seems so far away and that's not attainable. And I'm like, then I remind myself, I'm like, no, that's untrue. It's totally attainable. Totally attainable. But again, you look at Micah, what is she doing? She's consistently posting, she's like consistently inviting, and she's rocking her journey. Like, that's it. I'm like, it's so not difficult to get to where she is. It takes consistency though. And it takes it takes you working on you, and that means in all different areas. And I've learned too, my last little thing is that, like, if you're not mentally okay, you're not going to eat okay either. Like, if there's something bothering you, or if you've got something that's really like eating away at you emotionally, that's a huge trigger for me, that my eating's not going to be okay if my life isn't okay. And for me, it's all like this. And so if I'm willing to share what it is that's making me emotional and causing me to want to eat emotionally, it really helps me to, again, separate them and remind myself that I don't have to eat because I'm going through this, that they can stay separate, that I can still make good choices, that I have control over that. And so don't be afraid to share those things, because I am so aware that there are far more of us that struggle in that way than would ever be brave enough to talk about it, So remember that you can be a voice for that, for people. That I am like a food addict. Like, I'm a total foodie. I love food. I really do. And I'm like, I just do. And yet there's the part of me that understands how important it is that I don't let that run my life. Because if I do, I'm going to end up in a place where I'm not going to be able to take care of myself, my kids, my family, the things that are important to me. And so ultimately it's making the decision that the one priority, okay, I'm going to make it enough priority that I'm not going to let it totally derail my health or whatever. So I think you're both wonderful, and I hope that this builds you up and not feels. I'm in no way trying to discourage you. I want you to be motivated and uplifted, and I want you to know that I really feel like both of you can do this. Lindsay, I know you've started your full-time thing, but you can figure this. Like, you can do this. You can totally do this. And your husband,
we're gonna be off in a minute.
Like, he can do this. He could be really successful at this, like, as a coach.
Yeah.
If he'll delve in, and there's a few other manly hubby coaches that are jumping in, you can add him to trainings. You can get him tuned into this stuff and encourage him to do the exact same thing. And I think you guys would really, I mean, you guys would be a killer duo. Oh, man. It'd be sweet and rocking. And you could really help a lot of people, I think. So anyway, that's my motivation for you today. This is where my heart is today for you. And just know, like, I'm working on myself. Like, I know I've been kind of all over the place. I haven't felt well. Yes. And that first trimester really kind of kicked my trash. And my husband had a job opportunity that fell through, and that was really hard. And there were all these things. But again, like, looking back on it now, I'm like, I gave in to my stupid excuses, and here I am, like, okay, I'm back at it. I said to Steve, I'm like, I really want to put in the effort because I want to succeed, and I can. I know I can. And so here I am, showing up, keeping at it, digging back in, and I know I'll be successful. I'm going to hit Success Club this month. 10.
Okay, I'm gonna hit 5.
Hey, if both of you hit Success Club 5, like, I would do something really special for you. If you both hit Success Club this month, I will come up with something. I really would. I totally would. Because it's doable. Okay. That's 3 people. That's helping 3 people. You totally can do this. Oh,
I got 2 in the works right now. Sweet. Maybe a coach. So sweet. I got this.
You got it. Just keep at it. Follow up with people. Do your thing. And know that I'm totally here to support you and help you however I can. Do you have any questions. We have 2 minutes and 39 seconds before my free time expires. I can start the meeting if we die. If it closes off, I'll start it. Well, we don't have to end it that fast. I'm just saying. Okay. Did you have a question?
My one question.
Sure.
So like a transformation picture, should we do that post like twice a week or just like Transformation Tuesday or what?
So you can do, I think the two most common are Transformation Tuesday and then Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday.
You can do, like, you could go back way a long time ago. You can go back 2 months ago. Throwback is very flexible. And so I think that those are the two common. I also find that posting your challenge invites and your bigger, like your more meaningful posts in the evening is going to get more traction. More people are going to see them if you post those in the evening. That's just because more people are online. And remember, if you're feeling annoying to people, there are two things you need to make sure you're doing. You need to make sure you're adding new people to your network. Always, 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 always. I kind of quit doing that for a couple weeks and realized I'm like, I don't have anybody like showing any interest, and I don't have anybody like, well, that's because everybody's heard it a bunch of times, Suze. Like, you have to be, adding to your network. And it doesn't mean my friends hate seeing it. It just means they know what I do, and if they're interested, they come to me. But when you add new people to your network, that's, so that's your number one thing that you need to make sure you're doing. And the other thing is, remember, most everybody is not watching. They're not seeing it. They're just not seeing it at all. Period. If you aren't interacting with them, Facebook has this crazy algorithm. They're only showing it to like a very small percentage of your actual Facebook friends. So you are not being seen unless you are. It's going to kick me out. I know it's totally going to kick me out. I'll start it back up on the same ID though. So if you are thinking like, oh, I'm driving everybody crazy on my friends list and that's why I'm not posting, don't even think that, because it's showing it to like, it's something like 8% or 10% of your friends. And you know who it is? And the people, if you're feeling annoyed or people are making comments, it's because it's your friends who you interact with. So if you, like, your best friends are going to see your stuff because you're interacting with them. But the people that you want to be seeing your stuff, that's why you have to reach out and be interacting with all your outlier people.